And yes, we're live, people. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Yes, big up sister May and Nadia Show, my sister, and big up brother Maverick in the building. And yeah, man, this stream's about should women still be told what to do by men? And I think this conversation came up yesterday. It came up yesterday, and Maverick, you still there, bro? Hello?
Peace.
Yeah, man. So this conversation came up yesterday, and you wanted to talk about do you think women are getting away with a lot, or should women be still told what to do? What do you think? What's your thoughts? And go for it. Hello? Yo.
Yeah, man, way too much, bro. Way too much. I think human beings in general need to be checked. And if they don't get checked, they get excited. And I think it's demonstrable
So
that
do you
in
think
our
women
country,
should be checked? Do you think it's a modern women thing or hablahan dumarka Soomaalida or is qaas ahaan all dumar? Do you think women should be checked? And explain when you say women should be checked. I'll break it down for me.
I think to be honest with you, white women get checked first and foremost. That's why you can to a degree reason with them. However, it's common knowledge that black women don't get checked, not anywhere near as others. Especially when it comes to our women, they don't get checked at all. That's why they feel at liberty to say and do as they please.
Okay, so my question is to you. When you say checked, in what way? Like, what you elaborate? Because you're just
Held accountable.
okay. But anybody can get held accountable in a respectful manner. I feel like there's no way around it. To be honest, it's just the way you speak
You
and the
guys
way
don't
you
get
really.
held accountable.
Sorry.
In our culture, is it fair to say that generally speaking, obviously there's always exceptions, you don't get held accountable?
And what makes you say that? I'm really interested. Well, I
That's not
really
that's not
want
really answering my question, is it?
to. No, I really want to know where your head is at right now when you're
Do you plan
saying
to
this.
answer my question before you do that, though?
Okay, go on.
It's quite dismissive. See what you just did right now. You just
Where
you
you?
you kind of
Kusa'a.
proved what you can't. 1 minute.
Maya.
See, you're doing it. You're doing. There you go. You're doing it again. Like you just feel
Idigiso.
so. See, you keep doing it.
Idigiso.
Mahali
Manta.
kudigisan or adi idigisanin. Like
Idigisite.
I'm the one
Waxbaan ku
talking.
sheegayay.
But I'm the
Okay,
one
why you
talking though.
dhamayso.
You see, you're just doing it. You're doing it right now.
Dhamayso baan ku yidhi dee. Dhamayso.
The undermeste eat that day. Like it took
Kusa'a.
about 5 minutes. It took about 5 minutes to get you to allow me to speak. But
Hey,
anyway,
yo, walaal.
that
Kusa'a.
okay. They wala can you be quiet? Inna lillah. Anyways, that right there proves my point because I asked you a question. I actually put time and effort in asking you a question, and it was as if like it didn't count. You just dismissed it like it was nothing, and then you just went, "Well, why don't you tell me about you?" Like, how is that not disrespectful in any other world?
Ma dhamaysatay?
Evidently. See, you
What's
can't
in
help
that?
it.
May.
No. She asked you politely, so Maverick, she kept quiet. So go ahead, sister, come through.
Ha, I don't know wuxuu la xanaaqsan yahay walaalo maanta malaha dee waa lagu
I
yarahayaa
don't know.
laakiin
Wallahi, I don't know. The mountain
ha
balahay, but I think it's different but in a clue, but go ahead, Wallo.
ha waa si wanaagsane horta as a woman
Khalid, you're doing that. Don't do that, Khalid. Don't do that.
No,
This is what gets
don't
them
do what?
excited. Like you can't just take a team. Like don't do that.
No, I'm
what
not
did
taking.
he
I'm
even
neutral.
say?
I'm neutral. I'm here. I'm being balanced right now. But go
That
ahead.
wasn't very neutral. That wasn't very neutral of you. Like
I
you
thought
were
you
haya
know
neutral
cutting
in
your
calaacal
saying
ka
sister.
daadee calaacal
in
badinayda
favor
maan
or
hadli
against
karaa
anyone.
Go ahead, sister. Go ahead, sister.
thank you
See, sister.
listen
I expect you to call me brother every time now.
Brother. definitely.
Wow, get
Brother.
out of your feelings, please. Get out of your feelings.
What's that got to do? Okay, I stated
Anyways,
a fact. Why did you call it
okay. So let
feelings?
me. Can I? Okay, clearly you can't have a conversation because when you wanted to speak, I stayed on mute. I let you finish what you had to say.
I
Now
wasn't
it's my
interrupting you.
time. Now it's my
I
time
wasn't
to say.
interrupting you. You said something
You're
to me.
interrupting me right now.
No, I'm responding to what you're claiming. You
Okay.
don't
Are you,
make.
okay. Are you finished now?
Yeah, let the girl finish. Hey,
Go
Maverick,
ahead.
please. Let her finish.
I
Let
don't
her
know
say.
what
Big up,
woman hurt
Sister
your
Iftin.
feelings. Hi, Iftin. Sorry.
Hi. Thank
I
you.
don't know what girl has hurt your feelings, yeah, but you are so defensive. Subhanallah, it's actually mad. But Lakin, going back to the topic, it goes how it really depends how you check a woman. I feel like there's nothing wrong with checking a woman if you only do it in the most respectful way, there in the most accorded way. Sida dee dumarka oo loola hadlo wanaag, xushmo, tartiib, ma garatay? And that's about it really. That's all I had to say. لكن Mr. Maverick maxaa lagu dhahdaa horta magacaagu sidaa lagu idhahdaa?
adigu Maverick ku ekow.
Ha Maverick ha way Maverick walaalo defensive cardkan aad wadidee iska dhig walaal. Thank you. Intaas baan ku leeyahay.
Dee walaalo calaalka naga daayay, say something rational about
Adaaba
this thing.
calacalaye anigu maan calacalayn.
Yaa ku wacay.
But yeah,
Maanaa calacalay. See,
waa
listen to
si
what you just said
wanaagsan baad
right
u
now.
calaashay.
Firi, you're talking to nin rag ah, and you equated me to you. La maanaa calacalo.
Yeah, waad
Ma naag
calacalaysay.
baa la hadlaysaa.
Mayde. De what
So
walaalo
what
sidaad u
happened?
hadlaysid
What
dee
you
sidaad u
what
hadlaysid
you doing?
weeyaan. May sidaad u hadlaysid.
Sidaan u
Like
hadlay, ii sheeg.
there's no xushmo, there's no respect xitaa, you know.
Okay, tell me how there is no respect.
I can just tell by the tone of your voice, it's just off.
What do
Your
you
tone
okay?
of
What do
voice is
you
off.
see when you say I can just tell?
I
What
can
made
just
your
tell.
feelings the criteria of facts?
Anyways, I just want to go back in topic because listen, we can go back and forth. Hour done.
We're not going back and forth. You're
Where
making
you had
statements.
the
You need if you
where you had
make
the
claims, you need to substantiate them.
Why, Mr. Maverick? Oh, if the what's your
If
point on
you
this
can't do
topic?
that, then you don't make claims at all.
I didn't even understand what he meant by check. He still didn't explain when he said
That's why I
women
wanted
should
to
be
know.
checked. Like,
Have you responded to my question, Maya, by any chance? That I asked like 10 minutes ago.
sorry?
I'm speaking to Maya. Have you responded to my question that I asked 10 minutes ago?
No, I did not.
Any particular reason you haven't?
Yeah, no, I don't even want to respond to that question, to be honest, because I can already
You don't even want to
tell.
respond to that question.
No, we can move on.
Okay.
Wait,
We can
Maverick.
move on. So because you wait. You know when you say I don't want to respond to that question and we can move on. In what world do you dictate to people? Like, what do you mean we can move on?
Well, you sound like a dictator yourself, to be honest.
So we didn't come into this. So we didn't go on this panel. Wait. But hold on.
Listen, no.
Are you saying we did not come on this panel to have a discussion? Is that not what we did?
100%. But I can tell you are not gonna get along because of the way you're speaking.
It's not about getting along over here. It's not about.
We can't even have a discussion.
I'm glad that you said.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Because you're proving my point.
Right.
You're not used to being held
just
accountable.
just to let you know,
That's why
you can never check
like,
me.
who is this guy?
You can never check me.
Who is this
Okay,
guy?
so please.
Do you want a sister? Sister man kuda.
How you running?
There's no conversation until you respond to that question. You do realize that, right? There's no conversation to be had until you respond to that question. Can you comprehend that?
About this topic?
Okay, Maverick,
Khalid,
I want to know
Khalid,
what are
remember what I said
what
to you
are like
earlier?
the top.
This just proves my point. Why impossible these people, bro. Surah al-Gabadi.
Okay, wait, hold on a second.
Impossible.
Okay, leave her to the side. Answer my question.
I know
you're talking to an alpha female. You're talking to an alpha female, okay? There's no way you can speak to me in any type of way, Yeah.
Look.
As long as you stay
See what she's trying to do?
respectful,
She's trying to
you
sensationalize,
can't speak.
dramatize, and emotionally
Dalin.
manipulate people. And
Bahay
emotionally
ma
manipulate
garatay.
people because
Marka
she does not have the
si wanaagsan aan u
intelligence
hadalno.
to have an intellectual conversation.
Ha,
Wallahi, she
way.
doesn't.
Hey,
You don't.
hey,
Then respond to the question. It was a
way.
very simple question that you was asked like
Miskina ta'ala.
15, 20 minutes ago.
Waan
Respond to the
diiday.
question.
Maqasaba. Umay, waan diiday.
maxaad ka soo doontay panelka
Si
waayey
wanaagsan ii
de
weydii.
maxaad ka soo listen haddaad
Walaalo.
diiday maxaad ka soo
Si
doontay
wanaagsan.
panelka
إنك تسوي nice الله
Si
Ahmed.
wanaagsan
I
ila
feel
hadal.
like
si
yeah,
wanaagsan
Kaa
I
jawaabe.
feel like there's aggressiveness from you, Walalo, yeah.
Ha, no,
But
he's
why?
very
But
aggressive, to be
I
honest.
know,
What
but
do you mean
ask the girl
aggressive?
Sifrihan.
You
Do
see
you
that
want me
she's
to
trying
ask
to
her?
dramatize it because I'm telling you she can never be held accountable. I know
Is it
how
because
deep
she's
you
a
are.
woman? Is it because women can't be held accountable? Is that what you're
It's
saying?
because she's a Somali woman, bro. I know Somali women, fam.
Wow,
They
let's not
cannot be held
generalize,
accountable.
please. Let's not generalize. Come on now.
Yeah,
better.
that's just generalizing right
Do
now.
better, Walalo. Do better.
Then answer the question then. Why are you proving my point? We're struggling with a simple question that's now 20 minutes ago. Why are you proving my point?
Wait.
You're coming on a panel and thinking you can dictate what you're going to respond to and what not. Like, who do you think you are?
Wallahi waa nin
I'm not going to respond to that question.
Yeah, no. Weligay ma arkin nin
Who do you think you are?
Dhegeyso. Waxaan ku sheegaa kuma jawaabayo until you speak to me in a normal manner and a normal respectful manner. Ma garatay?
No one has,
Khalas.
bruv, listen, you're not going to dramatize anything over here. Furthermore, there's no
And-
emotions. Either you speak intelligently
Oh, hell no.
or
There's no
stop wasting our
emotions.
time.
Si wanaagsan ila hadal.
Then say something intelligent.
Si
All right,
wanaagsan
then
ila hadal.
respond to the question. Respond to the question you was asked.
Okay,
20
what was
minutes
the
ago, my
question?
dear.
Okay, what was the question again? Remind me.
I'm not going to repeat
Let's
it. I'm
remind
sure you
let's
remember it
remind
very well.
everybody else that's listening as well.
I'm not going to repeat it. I know you remember. it
Yeah,
very
no,
well.
there's
You
new
ain't dictated
panelists.
There's new
nothing.
people. There's new people that have just come in.
So please come in. Melanated said this is my kind of topic. So Ahmed, repeat the question that you answered the girl, please. For everyone else that's just joined in.
Yeah.
I'll do it for your sake. I'll do it for your sake.
Oh, my brother. Yes, my
question
brother.
is very
Thank you,
simple.
my brother.
I'll do it for
The
your
question
sake.
is the question is very simple. The question is very simple. Do Somali chicks generally get checked?
Women,
meaning
chicks.
held
Don't call
accountable?
us chicks, please.
Do women
What do you mean?
do
Don't,
women
you're
get
not
held
dictating anything
accountable?
to me. There's nothing disrespectful about chicks. Now respond to the question. Like constantly just reaching for anything to
And
dramatize.
I said yes. I said yeah, you can, but it's just the way you do it. Okay.
Wait, do they?
I didn't.
The
That's not
question
the
is,
question I asked.
do they get held accountable? And my answer is yes. A lot of the times they do.
Yeah.
I mean, we can't
wait.
even walk
Do you guys
outside
speak
without
English? Did you
hijab
hear the question I asked? Why are you
without
changing my
being
question?
held accountable.
Oh gosh.
No, wait. Why are you guys changing my question? I didn't say, let me repeat it to you. 1 second, let me repeat it to you. I didn't say, can they be checked? I didn't say whatever else the Ifteen was talking about. I said, do they?
Do
Generally,
they? That's what I said.
do they get checked?
Yes, and
yes,
I said
they
yes,
do.
they do.
And I say yes, they do. And there's nothing wrong with getting
You're saying
checked by
generally they're
anyone.
held accountable.
Generally,
100%.
yes, they are as a group and as individuals. Yeah. All the time. I mean, we don't even take 2 steps before we're questioned. Literally.
Okay, wait, all right, let me go back then. Who holds Somali women accountable generally? Who?
The whole community, the men and the women.
Don't. Okay, who? Give me an example. Who?
Okay,
Give me an individual.
The sheikh,
Huh?
for example.
No, I
the
said an
sheikhs.
individual. A sheikh cannot hold you accountable. Do you know what accountable
Yes, they
means?
do. They talk about what we do wrong.
Do you know what the word accountable means?
Yes.
A sheikh cannot hold you accountable, can he?
Yes, he can. He has power.
Okay, when you grow up, I'll continue the conversation with you. Maya, who
What?
holds Somali women accountable?
Really, Maverick? We're still doing this topic? He left?
I don't know. I think he left. I think he's coming back. His connection. I think it's his connection.
Kena kan di kurbuguri da. Rutan ni shege.
May, don't take him seriously. He does this for fun.
I don't think so. I
Wallahi,
think what it was. Your sister May
What's
came
so
on
fun
yesterday.
about this, Marka? I don't understand. It's the way. Look, see how Khalid's talking to me now, yeah?
Mhm.
Hushmo, وناك سيدو ولا شيء
Mm.
سأكله. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
I can
Yeah.
have a normal conversation with Khalid. Do you understand?
Mhm.
And I've had conversations with Khalid before off YouTube right now. ما قرأتها.
Mhm.
See when somebody هذا شاولا له. أنا أقول see when somebody كلها الله.
Always this.
Or yeah, that's how it's supposed to be. You
Mhm.
respect me, I respect you. Simple as. But
Maverick, what are
غير
you
هذا
doing?
ديسكو كعني سيد. أنا أقول غير كان كله كعنا يا.
Mhm. A lot of people are saying stop being dismissive to the sisters. Even Sister Melanated is saying us. Explain Maverick in a way that people can understand. Without
Maverick,
go ahead.
Maverick.
Come through.
He's not even there.
He's there. He's there.
One
Maverick.
at a time, yeah.
Maverick,
What up, Maya?
really?
What's good?
Still doing this?
Really what?
Go on, ask me the question. Go on, ask
Really
me the
what?
question. Ask me the question. Can women be held accountable? Is that the question?
So I can't like.
The internet is playing about a little bit, but let me ask you a question. Let me repeat to you what the question was, innit? And hopefully you'll be sincere. The question is very simple. Do Somali women generally get checked, meaning held accountable? That is the question.
Of course they do.
By whom?
By society. Somali, as much as you don't want to admit it, Somali is still a patriotic society. Why are you acting like it's not? There's things Somali's girls can't do because the EBTA and the Hadal and all sorts of things. So we have to check ourselves before anybody else
All
checks
right, Maya,
us.
keep it, Maya.
Yeah.
Work, man. Kay, I told you it's not gonna work, bro. Like, do you want man on the panel or
It
not?
is gonna work. Yeah, we can hear you clearly. We can hear you crystal clearly.
What's going on with your internet?
But I can't hear you lot.
What do you mean you can't hear us? You can hear us crystal clearly. You know what you do? Get another
Let
device
me
up
just
to
drop
next to
these
you.
2
Why?
cents and then 10
Well,
people
what's
can
the
join.
topic today?
Okay, now go on.
Is
Listen,
Maverick
let me
still
just
trying
drop
to
these 2
spew his
cents and
thing?
then 10 people can join in it.
Okay, drop
Hello.
it. Mohammed, give him a second because his mic's not working. Let him drop it and then we can answer and refute him back. Go ahead.
Let's go.
Okay, go ahead, Maverick. Yo.
He's gone. Khalid.
Yeah.
Maverick is problematic.
I don't
He
think
needs
he's
to leave.
problematic.
He needs to leave
Yeah,
Somali
he
women
is.
alone.
He is, and I listen. This is the first time I've had a conversation with him, and I already felt off, from the beginning. Do you understand? And I scream it out loud. I'm an alpha female, straight up. I'm not gonna say. It's not.
Is there such thing as alpha female? Because
There
we had
is.
we had this
100%.
argument recently. We had this
There is.
argument recently, and a lot of the guys and a lot of people said, I don't think there's such thing as alpha female. What is an alpha female? The whole term alpha doesn't that describe a male already?
Listen, I think to me, alpha female is a female who and has to say whatever she wants to say. Regardless of whatever. And a lot of men do feel intimidated by me because I know muchuchio. The way I feel, I'm gonna say it how it is. Do you understand? Whether you like it or whether
isn't that person that's comfortable to say what they are?
okay, take it how it is.
Yeah,
But I still
exactly.
take
That's
it
not
how
really an alpha female. That's
Oh.
just a person that's very confident. Alpha wallah is describing a leader of the pack, a male, a
okay,
man.
cool.
That is a description of if we look at the definition of an alpha.
100%.
Go ahead.
No, go on. I'm listening.
Now, brother Muhammad wants to come through. Come through, brother Muhammad.
I don't think that's natural, innit? Your environment, like if you were born like being what you are gender-wise, innit? Would you think you would be able to be that way? Would it be natural for you?
Horta, can I say something, yeah, guys?
Mhm,
Regarding alpha female, okay?
mhm,
I feel like
Wanag Hogwina, yeah, she's very powerful. Halilada Waqof. That it's even if you go on Google right now, it will tell you, yeah.
mhm,
It will tell you it's a woman that gets intimidated by men and women. It goes both ways. Magarate.
mhm, mhm.
Yeah.
Isn't that
So
just a strong person? Isn't that just
100%.
a
Nigga,
strong
I state myself as a
school feeling or school college someone or
100%, and I like to state myself as the alpha female. I mean, we can just
Mhm.
move on from that, inshallah.
you know what I think an alpha female is. It's basically a nagnol.
Nagnol.
It's
Yeah.
basically that. That's an alpha
Mhm.
female.
Mhm. But what Maverick I think is trying to say women being checked. What do you guys think of when a man says that? Should women be checked? What's your thoughts on that?
I
I feel
don't
like
mind. Okay, well, go on, sis.
I feel like maybe he thinks women are not being held accountable. Like he's thinking maybe there's things that society is letting slide, but that's not. I don't think that's related to Somali women at all. That might be Western white women, but definitely not Somali women. Even those of us who live in the West, we're held accountable a lot of the time. I don't even think like the Somali community lets anything slide when it comes to women, even when it's something really, really small. If anything, I think we're over criticized. That's what I think.
Women being over criticized. Okay. Do you
Especially
think
in our
why?
culture.
Do you
Especially in our
think it's just
culture.
our culture?
Yeah, it's the culture.
I don't think it's the culture. Maybe it's just society in general. Women are like, I don't know, you are the, if we look at both sex, you are the more appealing for me anyway. I don't know what I can't speak for every guy out there, but for I think a lot of men's rhetoric is, for me, it's just when men say this, yeah, I think it's to do with the modern world where it's more easy and it's set up for women.
But who
Do you
set it
think
up?
women?
Why are you lot complaining about something you lot set up? Men had the power to set it up. Men are still in charge. Every place in the world, any sort of successful person you see is always a man. Society
Mhm,
is always created by men. So I don't understand this whole ideology that it's easier for women. It's created by you guys.
mhm.
And the only time it's ever easier for women is when in lower class society, but high powerful rich men are still number one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's true.
That's true. I can't deny that. I can't deny that. That's kind of factual. But I want to understand this rhetoric from both sides. Okay, girls, why do you think a lot of men come up with this rhetoric? And Mohammed, seeing as you're the only
I
brother in the panel, what do you think as well? Because I don't think we heard Brother Mohammed's thoughts on this. Hello, is he there as well? Hello. Hello.
Horta, the comments, I am.
Nah, I'm here. I'm just wondering, innit?
Wow.
Come, add. You seen as you're the other third guy that came on the panel. Add your thoughts on it. Well,
May, I'm so sorry to interrupt. May, how did Maverick shut you up? Like, how is Maverick shocking you? You're on Clubhouse.
Okay, so this is the first. Okay, no, I know I'm on Clubhouse, right? And
apparently we've guys, Brother Sharon Axon, we've got a Clubhouse celebrity. Inshallah, man's gonna be doing a lot of streams with this sister. Hopefully, a lot. Inshallah, when she gets, and this is her channel, by the way. Her and her little daughters are gonna be running this channel. So please
Inshallah.
subscribe. I'm gonna put the link in the chat. I'm gonna put the link in the comment section later on for
And
you guys.
tea with May is also really fair and a very nice place to be.
Again, Android. I'm Team Android. We don't know nothing about Clubhouse yet, but hopefully, sister, when I join Clubhouse, or you could promote some of our stuff on Clubhouse as well.
Oh no, definitely, we can also host a room together. You know, for
definitely.
Somali speakers.
I'll bring your people here. I'll bring our people here.
Yeah,
we'll
no, definitely. Why not?
From, sister. Anyone. When your thing's not on, because we do subjects every Friday. Every Friday we do subjects related to trying to build the Somali family structure.
Right.
And it starts at home, sister.
Of
You get what I'm
course, of
coming from?
course,
And it's
100%.
very good. Finally, it's good to have a panel full of sisters that are very vocal. Sister Maya here is very vocal. Sister Iftin is one of them
Mashallah.
sisters that's powerfully vocal. She holds her
Mashallah.
own ground against a lot of the boys here. So we've been accused on this channel of being a bit. Sister Maya will tell you we've been. I don't know.
Misogynistic.
Not
Mm.
misogynistic. Well, like we tried to give everyone's point of view, and majority of our viewers are male, so they've had said a lot of stuff. Again, I'm not responsible for every man's call. I'm only responsible for mine. What do you girls think about this though? Do you think this society that we in, I don't know, why do you think a lot of men complain about this now? Women this, women that, women this. What do you think this gender rift was? And yesterday I saw Sister May, Sister May was covering this on Clubhouse. So go ahead, guys.
The gender war.
The gender war.
And
Especially
you
in
know
our
what?
home.
I'm not gonna lie, because sometimes you know what, I actually agree with a lot of men than women. You know what I mean? And I get called a pick me for it. You understand?
I've heard that
And
word used on this panel, pick me.
yes, you're a pick me. You're a pick me. You're always, defending the brothers and blah blah blah. And I'm like, how do حق كهاليو أو واحد aniga aqli gal ii tahay, one qaadanaya, and I'm gonna stick up for him. Do you understand? So and I'm gonna agree with him. So yeah, I was just a bit sick and tired of the whole gender wars. I mean, like, because we would get into a nice discussion, and then it would just end up being a whole drama and a whole gender war. Like, yeah, no, but you can't say this because you're a female, and he can't say that because he's a man. Like, it's just jarring, and it's very draining. Because you can agree to disagree. For example, Khalid Mata, if you say something and I don't agree with you, I'm just gonna be like, yeah, well, Khalid, I don't really agree with you, but moving on. Like, I can just take it. You know what I mean? We don't have to agree to everything.
That's true.
So, yeah. So I'm so used to getting called a pick me. Like,
Men to me too. I'm called a pick me. Even certain sisters on my panels have accused other girls of being pick me. But if a girl agrees with a man, should she really be called a pick me? On hindsight.
Wait, there is
it
a
depends.
comment, guys. There's a comment in the sorry girls, yeah.
No, it's fine.
Because this is my first time that I'm proper like, because I came in the other day. It was yesterday.
It was yesterday, sis. You came in heated yesterday as well.
Yeah, I came in heated, and then I left. Right, I couldn't take it no more. But no, I just see one comment, and it was like something just now. Where is it gone? SubhanAllah. It was
Which
like
one
they
is it?
end up. Wait. Alpha female is a ticking time bomb. Is going to end up with a mental breakdown. What? What? How does that even make sense? That don't make no sense. Wallahi.
I don't know. For me, do you think a lot of modern men are scared of alpha females? But I don't know. I've never been intimidated by a woman in my life, innit? And do you think it's insecurities in certain men that make them say stuff like this?
You know what I think? I
Big
feel
up
like
Sister
this is the
Malay
first time.
we've got our fellow African American sisters come on the panel. Big up all the way from the US of A.
Yes, I just want to say big up to all the sisters on the panel. You all definitely, I just want to give all respect to you all in your positions. I was in the chat just loving the discourse and the dialogue, from a fellow quote unquote pick me. Sis, I feel you. I feel you. Sometimes, when you stand on the side of righteousness, then right is right and wrong is wrong. It doesn't matter. Right. So when women are saying things that are against the man, then guess what? I might end up taking the side of the man. And when men are saying things that are against the woman, then hey, I may end up taking the side of the woman, but it's not because of my gender. So yes.
Yeah, no, you're right, sis. You're right.
So big up yourself.
Big up Hailey Mo.
Big up all my Marlies, Don't know the
thing,
yeah?
I don't know the correct respect
big
to that.
Big up Marlies from the US, big up Marlies from Canada, all them things.
Yeah.
Big up Marlies all over. International Marlies. Big up all the
Marlies all over, but we got one sister that's African American. Our family out here, Sister Melanie. All of us.
Listen, Khalid, you can call me diasporan. You can call me diasporan because I'm not ADO. You feel me? I'm a Caribbean American, so you could call me, diasporan. Feel me? Like I'm good with that.
Yeah. Diaspora.
Yes, diasporan. That's right.
Wait,
Mhm.
I have a question for you. Did you grow up around Somali people?
Actually, no. I grew up around West Africans, Caribbeans, and then maybe like later in my adulthood, I was exposed to Tanzanians and Ethiopians. But it wasn't until I was exposed into YouTube where I was like I learned about Somalians and Somalis and their culture, and that prompted me to like I have a close homegirl who's from Ethiopia, so I started asking her more about her ancestry and trying to understand like if there's a connection, like if her ancestors or if there's any overlapping between Somalia and Ethiopia or like just what her interaction with Somalis are. But to be honest, because I'm from Northeast America, so like New York area, there aren't many Somalis over there.
Interesting. Wait,
Yeah.
since you've seen a little bit of Somali culture, do you feel like it's kind of like it's? Do you feel like it has a little bit of misogyny in it, and it's like very patriarchal?
So I may, to be honest with you, yes, but not any different from any other. Like the Caribbean is very Abrahamic, meaning it's very Christian,
Mhm.
right? And if I was to date a Haitian man, they would say a lot of similar things to a Somali man, regardless if they worship Jesus or, Yahweh, and a Somali man worships Allah. The way in which they view their position and where the way that they view the woman's position is very similar.
Yeah.
So Jamaicans, Rastafarians, Guyanese, Trini. I mean, like I hate to say it, but many diasporan men's that that misogyny is embedded, and unfortunately, right when
When you
you
lot say
are
misogyny, I see
so
when women say misogyny, I don't really. Is it?
hold
Do you
on,
think
let
no,
me
sis? Do
let
you
me
think modern women can't handle old men?
no,
Men no
listen,
more.
what I'm trying to say is that modern women, we're in a modern time, right? So we're not, I'm not, if I was in the 1940s in the United States, where a family could be maintained off of $30,000 and my husband went to work every day and it was, at 4 p.m. dinner was served and laundry was done and food was cooked. But we're not in those times, right?
Yeah,
So how could we be in modern 2021, but they still want to live like we're in the 1930s? That don't make no sense.
yeah,
That
that's
that,
the thing.
that literally makes no sense.
You
And
know, like
that's where, go ahead, sis.
I feel like back in the days, right, women didn't really have the voice to talk about the issues that they faced. They were just kind of like quiet about the problems. They had a feeling of we're not being treated fairly, but they didn't have the voice. Now that the women have a little bit of more power and they're speaking and advocating for themselves, it's like a lot of these men just can't take it. It's new to them and they're kind of losing the privilege and that's scaring them. It's
let
so
me let
weird.
me let me put it let me put a different light on it too, sis. Because when you meet a father, right? A
Mhm.
father who is not just stereotypical, like he's distant from his children, but he's super involved. The way that he advocates for his female children is different. His relationship with his children is different, and how involved he is about their rights. Like sometimes when I speak to brothers that I know who have been very instrumental in raising their children, if they was to say, would you want your daughter to be a sister wife? A lot of them say no. A lot of them say no, right?
Yeah,
And I said,
I don't think no woman ever goes in her mind saying I want to be a sister wife. But
no,
sometimes this.
what I said is the
Okay.
father. I'm saying the father who is not just he makes he goes out to work, I'm talking about the father who teaches his daughter how to ride a bike, helped her to study for her spelling bee, helped her to do this, that, and the third. Like he raises her to be a young woman who asserts herself, who understands, who can advocate for herself, who speaks for herself. When he raises that daughter and she excels in life, right? She excels, and now she's going to be someone's wife, and it's like, yeah, are you going to be someone's third wife? Are you going to just birth children? And I mean, maybe she spoke about being a veterinarian. She spoke about being a doctor. She spoke about being an accountant or whatever. Well, no, you're not about to be an accountant. You're about to take care of some babies. You're about to, join the Muhammad family and have some babies, right? This is destiny. He may be like, well, I mean, if that's what she want, but if that's not what I'm not gonna force. See, even the men have a different mindset. Like, I'm not gonna force my daughter to do that. Like, that's not what she want. Like, she got potential. They actually see their children differently because
Right.
in 2021 versus 1941, right? The men are in a different role where they do have to participate a little bit more. So that has changed how they parent. Whereas before, the woman, she did everything, and the man, he went to work. He was the provider. And the woman, she was a caregiver. And in 2021 and 2001, right? Most of us had our mothers at least bringing in some income. Our mothers went to work, and we didn't experience this whole like stay at home mom type of vibe. So it's just different. You know what I'm saying?
So, guys, okay, women on the panel and Brother Muhammad here, do you think it's because of men, because of society's changed to a shift so much, do you think it's men that can't adapt now? And men are struggling to adapt. Do you even think about that?
Nah, I think is a different dynamic, innit?
Okay, when you mean, do you want to elaborate on that more?
Yeah, because the sister was talking about like a father and a daughter relationship compared to what do you call it, a husband and wife. It's two different dynamics. You hear me?
That's true. That's true. Okay, so okay, if then you
It
got something
depends
to
how you
say,
want to
sis?
look at it, innit? Because everyone's got responsibilities, innit? At the end of the day.
Wait, I want to say something. I feel like what you said, the question about men not being able to adapt is true. Like this, I feel like they missed the days where they had so much power and monopoly over what women did. And it's like now that this new idea came of women being more autonomous and having their own kind of path craved for themselves, they just they don't like it very much and they can't adapt. I feel like they kind of feel like they've been cheated and like they're being tossed to the side. Some of them are being demasculated. I mean, emasculated. And, that's a problem too. But also, some of them want to assert.
Do you think men that feel like they've been demasculated weren't really men in the first place? Because I feel like for a woman to demasculate you, I don't really think you had that masculine energy in the first place. I don't know. Is it me? I don't know, because when I hear a woman demasculate a man, I feel like how is that possible?
That's what I hear men say. Like, I hear that as a critique that men have against other men, right? But I will say that I have been around women who at least attempt to do it, right? Like there are times where a man is, in my opinion, really acting out, right? Like acting in a way that is not appropriate for me, right? And I might say things like, "Oh my gosh, why are you crying?" Right? But I really I hold back like the melanated goddess that like holds no punches. What I'm thinking in my head is, you crying like a little bitch. You feel me? But that is completely disrespectful to a man. And I don't say that. I want y'all to understand that I don't say that, right? There
If a
are
man does, but we
women.
had this debate as well. You know, we had this debate as well. Men shouldn't really cry in front of women.
No. I don't mean crying like crying in tears. Of course, men should cry in front of women. Of course,
You're
I mean,
I know
I'm
what you're
talking
talking about.
about like, oh, I don't understand why women, they always, like all that, like complaining.
Like the Kevin Samuel shit. That's
Yeah,
coming up.
Yeah, like just complaining. Like, I don't understand. Like, it don't cost that much to take care of a kid. Like, bro, when the fuck you had a kid? You ain't never had. You just popped off. You just shot up the club. You ain't never took care of no kid. How you know how much it costs? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that type of stuff. You want to complain about manhood? Like ask a man, right? Who's holding down his family, who's holding down his wife and children. Ask him how much money he spent each month, and then you want to complain how much money coming out of your little paycheck. You complaining. That grown man is gonna look at you and tell you are fucking complaining, right? But see, when a woman says it, it sounds bad. So for me, this is just my opinion. I think men should check other men, and women should check other women. If a woman, if she ain't dressed properly, if she ain't conducting herself properly, if she ain't speaking properly, let that correction come from a woman. Let the elders, the sisters, the mamas of the community educate the young women in the community. Let the older brothers, the elders, fathers, the babas, or whatever in your community educate the young men. But when you got a man telling a woman how she's supposed to conduct herself, but he ain't checking his younger brothers, he ain't checking his brothers, that's when you miss me. That's when you lose me right there, right? Because I'm looking at your brothers like, oh, so they could just smoke their little hookahs and they could smoke their little weed and pop this and they could do their illegal stuff, but I wear a little mini skirt and you really coming hard on me. What? Are you serious? You got me messed up, bruh. You got me messed up. Go get your brothers in check and let these older women, when they see me walking out of my mini skirt, let them say, hey, sister, you're not really representing the Ummah properly. You need to, repent from your sins and pray for forgiveness. And let me be mentored by women who are walking the walk. To me, that's more instrumental than some man telling you how you're supposed to be. Meanwhile, he turn a blind eye by other men who ain't doing what they supposed to be. That don't make no sense.
Yep. Yeah, that's the problem we have in the community. You know what I've noticed too? Whenever a woman is doing something wrong, as like other women would want to come and talk to her, but before the other women can even open their mouth to say something, the men are already in the first row, ready to attack that woman who's doing something wrong. And it's wrong because, people are more likely to listen to someone who is the same gender as them. You get what I mean? Like, even for me, I take women more seriously. When a woman criticizes me, I look back at myself and think, okay, maybe I need to change some things. Because, she's in my shoes. She knows what I go through. She's basically like me.
What about Sister Ish and the sisters on the panel? What about if a man genuinely does check you, tells you information, and it's coming from a good place?
Yeah,
so you're saying you want to take it more from a man?
It really depends what man, though. It really depends. Like, for example, my father or, my husband, and that's it, really. Khalas, there's no other man that can check me. Excuse me.
And a male friend.
What about your brother? What about any of your brothers, cousins? Say a loved one or older
like
brother
I said,
type of figure.
My father and my husband, that's it. My brother can tell me, yeah, he can, I don't think he can, how can I even say this? Check. I feel like there's different ways of checking somebody in it. Like when I came in, I said it depends how you check somebody, It's the way the delivery. That's all I care about. But me personally, again, it can only be my husband and my father. My brother save Sahib. How do you feel that?
I would listen to my brother and my male friend. Even I don't even mind like a random dude on the street telling me something, as long as he's saying it respectfully. But too many times it's not said respectfully. It's said
He's
as
lying
a
about the husband part.
belittle.
Why don't you come up here? I actually want to have a conversation with this guy, you know.
I don't know why he's scared. I don't know
Why
if
you
scared him
should
up.
come up? Because you've got all this chat in the comments. Keep the same energy when you're here.
We've got another guy that's Rad. What do you think? You've been listening.
I just came in now. What are you lot on about?
We're talking about should women be checked by men nowadays? Do you feel? What's your thoughts on it?
Well, my dear
Be
brother,
honest.
it's 2000. For goodness sakes, wallah love to everyone who's listening. It's 2021. I don't really give a damn about what women do in 2021. Also, on women strong and independent, like why the hell do they need men like me to police them? And I don't really
Big
give
up
a damn.
yourself, brother. Big up yourself, brother. Big up yourself.
Bigger. But do you feel like, I don't know, when you say that, yeah, do you feel like you kind of changed your tune? I thought modern women in this day and age, feminism and stuff like that, rubbed you up the wrong way. I thought women that had voices rubbed you up the wrong way. What happened, Rad?
Nothing up to. I said that everybody, my brother, everybody has choices in life. I've got a choice. You got a choice.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me, Brother Khalid. I just want to ask you, you equated an independent woman with feminism. That's what it sounded like. So I just wanted to, because I don't consider I consider myself to be a strong woman, but I don't consider myself to be a feminist. I don't consider men to be the enemy. I don't consider men to be, and I think in feminism, they view men as like useless. They view men as the enemy. They view men as potential inflictors of some sort of abuse. Right. I look at men as my counterpart. The man is I'm only, as a woman, I'm only created for a man, and he is only created for me. Right. So that's not the language of a feminist. Right. However, I don't view myself as I'm to be seen and not heard, that somehow because he has a penis and I have a vagina, his opinion is more valid and somehow more logical, right? It's logical based off of what reasoning, what testing, right? Like I could actually choose a mate who's less logical than I am, right? So in my marriage, I could possibly be the decision maker, right? Let's say my IQ is higher than his. Am I subject to poor decisions because he has a penis? Like, let's keep it real. Like, you know, when we look at, because of the knowledge we have as human beings, we know that we all don't have the same IQ. We know we all don't have the same intellect or life experience. And if I have different life experiences, my husband would be stupid to negate my knowledge because of my gender. He would say, baby, what we supposed to do? I am a construction worker. You're in the finance industry. What do we need to do in order to make this next financial movement? We're going to go invest in this. What should we invest in? He might not have the knowledge in that. Who is going to lead financially in that engagement? It's going to be me. That's not me bossing him around. That's as a unit making smart movements. And I just think that sometimes when people use the language of the man is the leader because he's the man, he's leading in what way, in which department? Let's be specific, because I personally do not take out the trash in my household at all, point blank, period, on any day.
Yes, that's right. Okay, that's true, but would you say that's because you're living in America and you're not playing your role, your natural role that you're supposed to be, you know?
So, what I'm saying is, because I'm living in America, because he is blessed enough to have a significant other who has this knowledge. Because if he wasn't living in America, he might not have a woman who is more knowledgeable in finance. So if he
No,
don't know shit, listen, if he don't know shit, right, and I know less than him, then
right.
our financial decision making is going to be based off of the little bit that he knows, right? But because we are in the West, and because I do have more financial understanding than he does, right? So that's not necessarily because I'm in the West. He's benefiting from it too. We're both benefiting. See what I'm saying? It's a both. It's not just me. It's both of us. So if
But
I'm
what's
just
the
thinking
difference?
like,
No, no.
mhm.
You are benefiting more than he would.
What, I am a mother of a son, and if my son does not know shit about finances, right? But he could build a house. He can do the measurements. He knows how to build a frame, how to do drywall. He knows how to do electrical work. He knows how to do plumbing, right?
Right.
But his
Big
wife
up.
knows how to protect the business for taxes. And she knows how to create a LLC, a limited liability insurance company, and she knows how to do all of that finances. She knows how to do all of that shit. Is she overstepping her boundaries? Is she now leading their company? No, they actually are going to be in a partnership. They're going to be in a partnership on getting that guap. You hear me? Getting that money for the family, for uh for legacy, right? For generations to come. And it doesn't matter if the man is the quote unquote, I'm doing the quote signs, leader, or if the woman is the leader, because both of them got the same damn last name and all of that shit is going in the same pot. That's what's important to me. See, some people get so caught up in whose name and yeah, you're the woman and then you're the one speaking and I wasn't speaking. Well, dude, when they talking about the damn blueprints of the house, I'm quiet because that's your domain. When they talking about the finances, we were talking about investments, that might be my domain. You might need to be quiet. That's just, I mean,
Yeah.
like,
Basically,
everybody's not going to be an expert in all areas. You see what I'm saying? Like if you're a partnership and you building a team, then build a team and use the strengths of the members of your team. Nobody, I don't know if I'm making sense. I don't want to keep going on because
yeah,
it's just want to
that
talk.
makes
So.
sense. It's like everybody does the thing that they're good at. Because everyone is not going to be good at everything, right? So whoever has a strength in this field is going to do that job. And the other person who has a strength in this other field is going to do the other job. Makes perfect sense.
I'm gonna tell you for a good portion of my child's life, I was the quote unquote the nurturer, right? But when my child started to seek out a certain level of nurturing, you know what they told me? Or I called my dad and I said, "Oh, okay, that's good." And they was like, "Yeah," because I knew you was gonna be like this. I knew you was gonna tell me this. That's not a knock to me, because me and his father, we're a unit. We're his parents. So where I
Hello?
may fall short
Right.
in, his father
Can you
is
guys hear
strong
me?
in. Yes, sir.
Oh,
I
yeah,
can hear
yeah,
you.
we can hear you.
And where I am strong in, his father is not strong in. But when you look at yourself as a unit, then I'm not gonna be mad that his father's able to step in areas that I'm not.
But do you
Father's
think that's the
mad that
problem?
I'm able to step in.
Do you think the problem is System Amenly and Sister Maya, that because the system's destroyed the African, Black, Somali, whatever you want to call it, function,
SSS, the system has
we've got
destroyed
this problem?
society. SS, for melanated goddess to know that feminism has really destroyed the United Kingdom, similar to America. Even
Absolutely.
if you go onto Sky News, I don't know, there's Sky News, which is like similar to Fox News over here. There's a road, they did not name the road or the street in Britain, but this whole entire street in Britain is full of single mothers occupying this whole entire street. Isn't that shocking?
Brother, that was Brother Reaper, right? Brother Reaper, let me, with the sister, when she was on here, me, Melanated Goddess, I said before, I am considered to be a pick-me, right? So I am not I don't adhere to feminism. I think it's detrimental to melanated, Black, diasporan, African, whatever, like Colin said, whatever you want to call us, Black people. I see three, right? Let's just
You're
go
not
with
the
I see
typical.
three,
That's what it is.
right? I see three people. It's a detriment to our community, feminism, right? Men, we're in the West. I can't speak about how it is in a non-West environment. I can't, because I'm in the West. But in the West, we have to. It's imperative for our survival to operate as a team, not as I'm above you, you above me. Because a
Right.
woman make $80,000 and her man make $50,000, she cannot shit on him like he's a piece of shit because she make 30 grand over him, right? The same way, because a man has a penis and she got a vagina, don't mean that he's now her father and he can dictate to her how she goes to live her life, right? But when they respect each other as partners in life, right? They set up a future goal, and they both are very active at achieving that goal. Whether it's a purchasing a house, raising these kids under a certain moral foundation. How are we gonna do this? Who's gonna do this? What are you gonna do? What am I gonna do? How are we gonna do? What's your schedule? What's my schedule? Right? But it's still a partnership. That is what's important, not how much money you make and not what genitalia you have. Because there are gonna be some times where, as a woman, guess what? Your man is thinking more logical. He's thinking he has more insight, and he's giving you some wisdom from a man's perspective, and you just heed to his knowledge. But there's gonna be times where it could be a woman's intuition, it could be her wisdom, it could be her understanding, her life experience, or whatever, right?
Yeah,
That
that's
a
true.
man, he has to understand that just because she got a vagina doesn't mean that her ideas are nothing, right? And if he dares to listen and adhere to her wisdom and her guidance, that's only going to benefit the family. It ain't going to benefit her. She part of the family. She got your name. She don't got her own name. She got your name. So how is whatever she recommends, whatever she suggests, whatever quote unquote she leads in, you still benefit from it because she is part of your family. She took on your name. So this is where I can't comprehend this whole the man, the leader. What if he's not knowledgeable in that area? That makes no freaking sense for him to be the leader. He can be listen, if my man want to be the leader of the construction of the house, I don't know shit about that. I don't know about plumbing and electricity. I don't know about that stuff. If he do, boo, I need you to lead in that stuff. Right? But if he's saying where the kids gonna go to summer school, listen, I'm gonna figure it out. I'm gonna tell you where they're gonna go. I'm gonna tell you how much it costs. I don't need you to figure it out. That's it. I got that.
That's
see what I'm
saying?
Exactly. Like wherever you're strong in, that's gonna be the area that you lead in, right? Regardless if it's culturally or societal norms. And sometimes society puts norms on you, you know, like I have my uncles, I'm gonna keep it real. My uncles, they were the primary people that cooked in the household on my mother and my father's side of the family. The men cooked the majority of the time in my family, and the women cooked. You know when the women cooked? The women cooked for the holidays.
Right.
So when you had that like 5-6 course meals and stuff, you know, just like
Celebration.
like my aunt would cook escabeche fish. She would cook stewed down kingfish. She would cook
Wow.
curry goat, stewed chicken, baked macaroni and cheese, rice and peas.
Yeah, I know about curry and rice. I
Like
know
a
about
ridiculous meal. But
yeah.
the majority of the time, when my aunt was going to work, my uncle making her breakfast. My uncle makes his wife breakfast almost every day. You see what I'm saying? But on the holidays,
Yeah.
he wakes up and he sit his ass down on the couch. And he'd be like, I ain't eating shit until she feeds me. On the holidays, that's his break. You know what I'm saying? He'd be like, fuck that. I ain't cooking nothing. He don't make eggs. He don't make nothing. Nothing.
Yeah, but sister, I think you know what it is with the people on the panel, they like to see stuff from like from the present and the future point of view, innit? Like what you're saying right now, to us it seems like something of the past. That's how you know it's gonna die out.
You said what? Say that one more time. Repeat it. All I heard was something that fight dies out.
Yeah, literally, what you're the cooperation that you're speaking about. That's stuff that our generation is not gonna be able to see. The way you just laid it out, the roles and everything. That's something of the past.
Hey, Max Ahmed,
we gotta pass
I've
it
got a
to our
question for you.
children. We gotta pass that to our children. You
I
don't think
know,
so?
and that's the solution, isn't it? That's what we're trying to do.
That's right.
Hey, Max
I agree
Ahmed.
with you, brother. I agree with you, brother. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I can't see you
Max
talking,
Ahmed,
so I'm
I've got a
sorry.
question. I've got a question for Max Ahmed and everybody in the panel. What's your view on like this gender war with ethnic minority people, especially with those of African and Caribbean descent, with this self-hating, and this
it's horrible.
For example, coonery. Like I've seen this this guy, I'm not gonna mention his name. I do follow him, but I'm not a fan of him. I monitor his videos. This guy's from UK and he's a Jamaican guy. He's basically a movement called IBOR. Basically, he says don't marry black women, but put other non-black women on the pedestal. And I'm thinking, if you don't like,
can you repeat that, brother? Reaper, say that a little bit slower, because because I'm not 100% with the accent. You said there's a brother
no problem.
in the
Sorry
UK.
about that.
No, it's not your fault. It's not your fault. It's a brother from the UK, and he's from the UK, and he's diasporan, and he says don't be with a black woman because, and I didn't hear what you said after that.
No, but this guy, he's an eyeball. He's like similar to Miktar, but me myself, I don't want to get married, but who knows? I might get married in the future. For example, he doesn't like black women. For example, if he doesn't like black women,
a black man.
Fair enough, but why is he trashing women?
He's a black man.
He's a black man, but doesn't like black women. And there's another one. Me, I don't find Somali women attractive. I find other black women attractive. But would I trash my own women folk from my own ethnic group?
You don't find
Reaper. What's your name, Reaper? Listen, I'm a West African black woman, and Somali women are beautiful. Are you kidding me? They got those like very dreamy eyes. When their eyes alone be like, hey, Poppy, what's up? Hey. You know what I'm saying? Like, they eyes be, you know what I'm saying? Like, they eyes don't be calling you. What's up with that? Are you kidding me?
That's why I, for example, find women.
For me, I'm just gonna say I find all women gorgeous. Just gonna say.
When summertime come, I'ma go on if anybody in the US, I'ma go to the north Silver Spring part of Maryland. And I'm be blinking my little eyelashes at all them little Ethiopian dudes, because I'm telling you, they out there. Listen, if I catch me a little East African, he caught, boo. I'm telling you, he is caught. You hear me? I'm be like, hey, boo, hey. I thought all of them was short. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm gonna tell you all those stereotypes. I thought all those East African guys were short, but I started seeing some taller ones. I'm like, oh, you Ethiopian too? I don't see too many Somali guys, so if this is
We'll go
working.
with the broader
We're
East
supposed to
Africa.
network as a community, right? So I will tell you that one of the popping metropolitan communities to move to is the DC area.
DMX neighborhood, I heard of it.
Got a lot of Ethiopians there.
There's lots of they got that shit on lock. You go to any damn 7-Eleven out here, it's all Ethiopian owned. Like, as a matter of fact, in Bowie, Maryland, and if you look it up, BOWIE, they have I want to say it's a humongous. I don't know. I can't guess like square footage, but if I had to guess, I would say somewhere like 4,000 square feet at least.
Wow, that's big.
4,000 square feet. It's a hair supply store. Just Ethiopian. A 4,000 square feet hair supply store. And yes, it's huge. It's huge.
Wow.
You could buy wigs, weave, hair color, every damn moisturizer, shampoo, eyelashes, rollers, every fucking thing you ever could imagine. And for me, I as a West African, I don't view East Africans as extremely different from me. There's a difference, but it's not an extreme difference. So
what part of West Africa are you from?
I greeted those brothers. I greeted them brothers like,
yeah.
Oh, this is so refreshing, a black hair supply store. And the guy was looking at me like he doesn't get the people saying stuff like that much. But I was really happy to patronize them because I normally give my money to the Asian people. You feel me?
It feels better when you spend it with your
bro. You don't understand. It feels like doing business with family.
You know, that's true. In terms of economy, if you give your wealth to another people,
listen,
that's your wealth.
If y'all buy like, let's say chicken foot, right? I don't like chicken foot, but my mother like chicken foot. But let's say y'all like damn chicken foot, and where you live, y'all don't got no chicken foot. But I got a big Jamaican flag and I got chicken foot for sale. You telling me you ain't gonna buy no damn chicken foot for me? Of course you gonna buy chicken foot for me.
Of course.
If you eat chicken foot, you gonna be like, yo, how much is your chicken foot?
Yeah.
You're not buying it from a white person. I'm not Irish. I'm not German. I'm not Italian. I'm not English. You know what I'm saying? I'm just some bumperclad, rise-clad, pussy-clad, blah, 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 big up Jamaican. You know what I'm saying? I'm just a black person. You see what I'm saying? So you're like, all right, bet. How much for your chicken foot? That's how I felt when I went to go buy hair supplies from a non-Asian person. I was like, where have y'all been all my life? You feel me?
That's a problem.
Shea butter. I can buy shea butter and it's not from a fucking Chinese man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I mean, it's a big difference in buying shea butter from an Ethiopian versus buying shea butter from somebody from China.
Exactly.
You almost feel like you're getting robbed or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, why you selling me shea butter? So yeah, man, I think, listen, any of us, any Somali, Ethiopian, Tanzanian, Kenyan, wherever you from, East Africa, West Africa, when you start a business, market yourself to other Africans. You see what I'm saying? Because yeah, we need to create a network. Like, bump all in East Africa, West Africa, all that kind of fucking drama. Fuck that. Like, that's way better than being German, Irish, Scottish, Wales. You know what I'm saying?
On the positive side, have you heard of what you call it, the new African Union passport for all 54 African countries? Have you heard of it?
No. I'm to be 100% honest with you.
Let me tell you
because of COVID, I have been looking into this COVID passport. So I wasn't really looking into this African Union passport because being in North America, I was kind of scared that I wasn't going to be able to travel internationally because
Yeah,
I
we all feel
haven't
like
gotten
that.
the vaccine. I don't know if anybody on the panel has, and I mean,
Nope, 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 nope.
okay, but I mean, I don't want to shame you if you did. You know what I'm saying? I feel like people get the vaccine for their specific personal reasons, and I don't want to shame someone who decided to, but I have not, and I was very scared that I wasn't going to be able to leave America if I didn't, because I started seeing all of this. Like, I don't know if they're doing that in the UK, but over here they're like this scare publicity is like all over, like the media, that oh, you gotta have a COVID passport, you gotta have a COVID, and
Yep,
I started getting
the same for us.
scared.
It's the same for us.
Yeah, but so
It's
the
programming,
US,
isn't it?
I think as of 5 days ago, most recent that I looked up was 5 days ago, that
Yeah.
the US has said no to the COVID passport, and they said that it was a violation of citizens' privacy right to um, display their personal health
Yeah.
standings or whatever, like their whatever their personal health is, for them to give the information is
Out of
a
public.
privacy violation. So the United States does not agree with the privacy, the COVID passport, but the rest of the globe is already on
Yeah.
it. So I don't know what that's gonna mean. Like, can we travel to the UK? Can we travel to Israel? Can we travel to on Africa? Like, because a lot of those countries, they already have a COVID certification. Like the UK
That's a good
already has
question.
one, right?
I don't think so. We don't have.
No,
No, not yet.
maybe it
We,
said that it was
we,
in the works, but it definitely mentioned as if the UK was, I don't want to say like okay, but I was under the impression that the UK already had one. So if it's not already a COVID passport, that maybe there's certain parts of the parliament that agreed. Or I don't know. I don't know how that goes.
yeah,
Like,
the system we've got a green, amber, and red light system. So
mm,
some countries they're in the red list, so they're not allowed to come to the UK without staying in quarantine for 10 days and paying out of your pocket £1,840 for that process.
really?
Hey, look,
Mm.
Max Ahmed, they're even finding people who go on holiday, and they're not allowing people to go on holiday till June. If you do go on holiday for non-essential reasons, you'll be fined. How stupid is that? And I want to
Yeah.
go to the Caribbean.
No, but forget that. What if you left, for example, like last year around October, and you went to a country which after 3 months, when you're already there, they put it on a red list. That way,
No, but
that means
you talking
even if you do
about
decide
after
to come back,
October. That's after the summer. Well, he talking about during. So we talking about June to August. Like,
yes,
let's say somebody from the UK wants to go to Ghana.
right.
Is that gonna be considered vacation, holiday, which I call holiday, going on holiday?
Oh no, holidays aren't allowed, and they're never gonna allow it until you get a COVID passport, as you said, and the way
That's
you're
what I'm
gonna get the
saying. What you
passport
mean?
is
You
through
have to get a
injection.
COVID passport, meaning you got to get
Exactly.
the vaccine.
They're delaying that process because it's all about the
Oh my
program. You
fucking
need to get the
god!
humans up. Humans. Every human has got a certain level of threshold. You know,
Right, right.
so they wanna take it to the point where look right now. If you don't go on holiday, it's not the end of the world. But how would they be like in a year's time from now?
We already been on COVID for a whole year. What I'm trying to say is that let's just say it's somebody
Exactly.
in Wales right now, right? Let's just say somebody in Wales right now. They like, you know what? I'm about to lose my mind, and my family is from Antigua in the Caribbean.
Yeah,
I'm
I know
trying to go, you know, oh, my grandmother is sick. She's about to die. I want to go see my grandmother.
Yeah.
Are you
Oh yeah,
telling me that they have to get the COVID vaccine in order to travel to Antigua, or could
right
they?
now, right
Mhm.
now with
No,
yours,
you can travel. You can
you
travel
can do
for a
that. You can
funeral,
do that.
but
In 5 months' time, you won't be able to do that. You won't have the option.
No, not funeral. Let's say she's gonna die. So you wanna
Yeah, you
go
won't
before she dies. So you wanna get a COVID test. It's negative. Are you able to board the plane and just go to Antigua, or do you have to have a vaccine? This is what I'm trying to say. Like,
No, you don't. At this moment in time, you don't. But what I'm saying is, in the future, you will.
fuck.
Programming for that to
So what do we
happen.
gotta do so to stop this? What do we? That's what I'm trying to say.
Nothing.
What do we gotta do to stop this? I don't want to have a vaccine.
I
That's
feel
a
like I
good
feel like I
question.
feel like this is New World Order, NWO, New World Order.
No, no.
It's you either
Don't
get
say
with it
that.
or
Don't say that.
either get right or get left kind of situation.
Don't say that. Y'all make it sound so hopeless.
It's
Like,
true though.
but listen, brothers, and I mean this with all respect, right? I'm trying to say this in a way not for you. I'm coming down on you. I'm saying for you to reflect. As a woman, we want to see our men as problem solvers. So
Right.
we want to see our men as to solve this problem.
All
So
right.
not
I've already got my own solution for it. It's
what going? What
yeah,
going for that? Yo, come
yeah,
bust through.
it's the first flight available. You get me? Dip out.
You get me? Listen, listen. Which one is this telling me this? Is this Reaper or this is what is
Muhammad.
that? Muhammad. Okay, so Muhammad, let me tell you this. My
Yeah.
parents, right, I'm first generation American.
Right.
So I actually was able to petition for citizenship of the country of where my parents were born because I'm first generation American. But
Yep.
brother, when those people tell me, come and take your little picture for your passport, everything is good, everything is clean, everything good, I gone. I gone. I gone. I gone. I gone. I gone. Trust me. I don't care if I gotta tell my job that I'm sick, I'm depressed, I need 3 weeks off. I don't give a shit at that point. Trust me.
Yep.
I'm going from my job. I'm buying a plane ticket and I'm out of here.
That's
Because
exactly what I'm gonna do.
once you have dual citizenship, so and I'm saying this too. Some of my peoples in the UK that they moms, they pops, they grandmom, they granddad, all of them was born in Somalia.
Yep.
You need to, even if you don't physically go, in the UK, you know what they have called? They have a Somali um um uh consulate, right?
Right.
They got a Somali consulate. You take your UK birth certificate and you get it translated into the Somali language. I don't know what is that. Is that Amharic or I don't know. I don't know what it
Oh, it's
is.
Somali.
Somali. Okay, Somali. You get your birth certificate translated into Somali. Because this is what I had to happen to me.
Yep.
My birth certificate is translated into Spanish, right? And
Yeah.
then what you do is you got a grandma, grandpa, you got an auntie, whatever, whoever is over there living in Somali, right? All they gotta do is they gotta give you citizenship, saying that you live with them. That they They basically are taking responsibility for you. And
Right. Okay.
in a few
I've never
freaking
heard of that law.
between 6
Lex Ahmed,
to 10 weeks.
melanated goddess.
Yeah, you
If you were to
Let her
visit
finish. Let her
Somalia,
finish, man.
if you were to visit Somalia, you would need to like you don't need to apply for a visa at the embassy, but you would have to pay for visa at the
talking
airport.
about people who are not born there. See, that's the thing, is because I'm speaking as so like because my mother and my father are from the same country, right? But I wasn't born there. So for me to get citizenship there, for me to be a citizen of that country, I have to apply for citizenship of that country. They're not gonna automatically honor it. Because I was born in the United States, which is in the West, right? So they're gonna view my Western birth certificate as more superior.
Right.
So if I want citizenship in their country, I have to apply for it. So how do I apply for it? I can't just give them my American English birth certificate. They don't speak English. You feel me? So
Yeah.
I went to the consulate from that country, and what she did was she translated my documentation into the language of that country. And I only paid what, $34 a page. It wasn't very expensive, right?
Yeah.
And then I think I paid $34 a page, and there was another page that I paid 30 something dollars. So let's say maybe like $80, 80
Right.
American dollars, which is probably like 60 which I have on pounds. Probably
Yeah,
like
about
60 or
53
55
pounds.
pounds,
Yeah.
right? Just to apply for citizenship. Like seriously, it's not a lot of money. And then I did the application, and then once everything is done, they're going to send me a date to like a range, like,
Yeah.
hey, can you come in for this appointment? When I come for the appointment, I got to take my picture, I get my passport, and I get my citizenship. Hell yeah, I'm about to buy a fucking plane ticket and just go there. You see what I'm saying? Like,
Exactly.
and then I will have dual citizenship. So when pop off in America, I just go over there, or I could buy land. You know how it is. Like right now, if you was to try to buy land in Somalia,
That's
it's
what
gonna
I'm
be at a
doing.
different price
Done
if
that.
you're not a Somali citizen. But if you are a Somali citizen and you buy land, it's cheaper, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm doing right now.
That's what I'm trying to say, bro. So like imagine if you went through the process like, okay, I wasn't born a citizen, but look, I just paid 50, 80 euros or 80 pounds, right? And I'm now a UK citizen, and I'm a Somali citizen. You're a citizen. Not like you have to go under your mother's last name, your mother's information, your father's information, your sister, uncle, auntie, whoever, your own information. You can't for 80 pounds. That's
Yeah.
cheap as
Well,
shit.
I'm just a bit lucky, the British passport is viewed a bit higher in it, but there will come a time where, maybe that dynamic won't exist. So you need to be prepared for that.
Absolutely, bro.
And
I
I hear what you're
agree.
saying. That's the way. That's the way. Let me just ask you a quick question.
Huh?
You're talking about moving back to Antigua, yeah?
Well, to be 100% honest with you, I haven't really decided as to where I would move to. So,
I reckon you should move to Ghana.
I'm gonna tell you this.
Have
I
you seen
have
Ghana?
been very, very interested in East Africa, even though I can tell you that my ancestry doesn't come from East Africa. I know that my ancestry is West African, right?
Right. Yeah.
But when you are thinking about where you want to live, it's a little bit more than where your ancestry is from. It's from What's the property value? What's the rate of the increase of that community? You know, how much will that yield you? Like, I may live in Tanzania for 2, 3, 4, 10 years, and I may end up moving to Cameroon. I don't know what the rest of my life is going um to entail, but I will tell you that East Africa, specifically Kenya, is very interesting to me.
You
Moving
know
to
what?
Kenya.
I'd say Tanzania. That's my second plan. You know,
Yeah, either Kenya or Tanzania. I'm
Tanzania,
so
sister, I think you'll love Tanzania. Is very beautiful.
it's
The
beautiful.
landscape is very
see.
beautiful.
Don't
It's got everything, and plus you got the Indian Ocean towards you. You got it's evergreen. It's
Tropical
amazing, sister.
vibes all around.
So
It's
it was like
beautiful.
last year, right before COVID started, right?
Mm-hmm.
I have a coworker who's from Tanzania, right? And I don't know if it was right when I met him or a little bit after I met him, I had started practicing Swahili on Duolingo. I don't know if anybody knows about Duolingo, but Duolingo is an app that teaches you different languages. So I started learning like the basics of Swahili, and I would practice it with my coworker. And he was like, "Oh wow, you're really learning like Swahili," and I was like, "Yeah." And
You know,
then
it's easiest language to learn as
because
well.
of
And it's the
COVID,
biggest. That's the
uh-huh,
biggest African. Is the biggest African lingua franca, and it's
yeah,
the
but
biggest
he
lingua franca
because
everywhere.
of COVID, I didn't get to see him as much because almost every morning I'd be like, "Hajambo," he'd be like, "Hajambo, see Jumbo." Like we was really like, saying like,
How are you,
how about Garni, Nzuri.
Baragani? How are you? Yeah, I know.
Exactly. Like we was like practicing this shit. We was practicing the different verbs and language concepts, like different.
Big,
And when when COVID happened and we weren't coming into work, then I wasn't seeing him. So and then he just popped the whole news on me that next year he's not trying to work. He's looking for another job.
yeah,
So
yeah.
I was like, he said, "Oh yeah, but I'm gonna keep in touch, but I don't know what the hell that means." You see what I'm saying? So like,
Mm.
because of COVID, I lost my little connect with my East African, like, because I would tell him, because he was very like, listen, he was a Tanzanian, he was very Christian. So I started asking him,
Conservative.
yes, I started asking him, like I'm not like, people think I'm very pushy and then domineering with my personality,
No,
but
you're alpha. You're what an alpha female is. You are. Oh God.
so especially around the area of belief systems, I try to be as delicate as I can be. Because I ask questions from an area of curiosity and not me telling him. So I said, was Tanzania always a Christian area? That, to
Mm.
me, that question is not a me telling you, hey, you were colonized. You understand? That's a question of me asking you, hey, were you colonized? Do you see the difference in me asking that
Exactly.
question?
Yeah.
So
You know, it's
I
an
can
open
come
question.
across as very domineering, and I'm whatever, feminist or all these other bullshit
Nah,
terms.
I don't think you're any of that. People are different. Yeah, not everyone's the same. You can't generalize.
Exactly. But for me, I really wanted to understand, one, where he was coming from, and two, I wanted him to understand that where I was coming from, but not coming from a place of criticizing or judging him. So he's a Christian. From what I know, he's a Tanzanian Christian. He has a wife and 2 children, a boy and a little girl, and he's a very involved father and
Yeah,
provider.
big up.
And I don't I literally, I haven't even said like, hey, so what's the Tanzanian indigenous belief? Like I don't even go there with him. For me, it's more of because the black community is so much under attack. I'm so happy that his family is in order. I don't know if that makes,
Exactly.
but
Yeah.
I'm pleased with the fact that his
What do
family
you
is in
think of?
order.
Yeah, about
Yeah.
that. What do you think of like what I mentioned earlier on about that guy who keeps? What do you think of black men or African men who are coons, like keep attacking their own women, but praise other women from other ethnicities?
No, no, no. For those men, right? I will
I think
hundred
that's boys
percent
for me,
bet,
boys.
right? I would bet money if if I could, that they have been hurt by women of their own ethnic group, right? And I wish, as a black woman, that I can say that I don't know women who's been that way, but I have had female friends literally, and I know it sounds weird because I don't sugarcoat who I am and what I stand for, but I've had female friends tell me stupid shit like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna get me a white man." I've had people that I don't call them my friends anymore, and we don't speak anymore, right? But at the time, they were my friends, and they thought that was cool to say to me. They literally thought it was cool to say to me that they were going to date white men, that they preferred white men over the black man, right? So for me, the same thing that I would tell a woman that I thought was my sister, that's what I have to say about these quote unquote brothers, is that they are lost. Because when I told that woman, I said, listen here, the worst, the worst of the black man is still better than the white man. That's what I had to tell her. See what I'm saying? And she couldn't understand it. I said, the worst of our black men is still better than a colonizing, enslaving ass, stealing your history, robbing you from your identity as white man. So you can't, I'm sorry. It's no way you can tell me they better than us. They're not better than us. But if that's what you believe, go ahead and get you a white boy. Think he got a good credit score. He gonna make your life better. Go ahead. I want to see.
Max
I
Ahmed,
want to see.
what's your sorry about Benedict got this. Max Ahmed, what's your view on that? Like, especially with these adverts, that's programming people, especially with these mixed adverts and that, with these fast food adverts, cleaning adverts. Because it's weird, you're gonna have a white guy with a Chinese girl in UK on the adverts, then you're gonna have a black woman, dark skinned woman, with a white guy. I'm thinking, what the hell is going on? But they're trying to say over and over again is for we want to make everybody but diverse, but I believe there's a hidden agenda to program people.
Do they show a black like a West African looking black man and like
No,
East
Caribbean
African
mainly.
looking
Most of the
black?
people I've noticed in the adverts are of Caribbean descent, but it's not going to be African.
No, okay. So when you say
That's my
Caribbean descent,
observation.
right? So depending on depending on the rest of their ancestry, right? I would say um I would say West African ancestry is still kind of the same as West African, but what I was asking you is if they intermingle that with the East African woman, is it viewed as black and black?
No, that's a different subject. You mean tribalism, tribal. From
What
the
do you
Western
mean?
media or from the African view?
Uh-huh.
Can you repeat that question again?
Yes, Rad, what's popping?
I'm good, man. Yo, Hagate, where did you go?
I think she cut out, man. Yeah, I was gonna run it for another 10 minutes, man. I
Why
gotta
is
get to
everybody
work.
anyway? It's just me and you and Olka.
Yeah, Sunday. Do you know what it is? I went to Speaker's Corner today, innit? So I did a whole heap of videos. Still, imagine I uploaded a video an hour ago, innit? It hasn't even processed yet. So I've got a couple of videos for us tomorrow. I got brother Sakaria from the park, a real knowledgeable brother. Him and one Christian one out here. There is some sensitive language being used in that video, so please, guys, bear in mind it is Speaker's Corner. You know how it is, Brad, innit? A lot of people say a lot of shit. I don't want no one to give me some, oh, Khalid, why are you doing this? What did someone say? Culture clash. What did the sister say? For if someone from East Africa and West Africa marry each other, culture. Of course, there's a culture clash.
No, but I'm talking about the eyes of the Western media. Like,
Mm.
in the eyes of the Western media, it'd probably be viewed as African, or black. But from the African perspective, tribal would be a culture clash, as you said.
Yeah, it'll be a culture clash from our perspective, but from an Adan lens or anyone else that's non-African will say, oh, it's just black on black or African on
I
African
don't
marriage.
know. I don't know why the sister got shocked. Yeah, I was giving an example of this guy, these movement on YouTube. I don't know if you heard of it. It's called Ibor.
What's
They're
Ibor?
different from Ibor is some black manosphere stuff, but there's one guy from, I'm not gonna mention the guy's YouTube channel, but this Jamaican guy, and there's
You might
another
as well
guy from.
mention his YouTube channel, man. Say whatever his name is, or we're gonna get struck him down. Say his name, man. I don't know who the guy is.
Was Money Culture guy. I think that's his name, Money Culture. He talks about like black women being the enemy. Listen, if you like a woman from a different culture, if you don't like your own women, fair enough. But why are you gonna like
Yeah, but do you know
bash
what
them?
is it? I've seen this culture in per se in a lot of communities, especially with an athlete. There was a video of an athlete where American footballer is with his white wife, and he was like, "Thank God for mixed race children." Do you get where I'm coming from? So what?
No, but
Do you?
that's the
I don't know.
coonery. That's the
I don't.
coonery. That's the coonery. I've got a big problem with that sort of
The
coonery.
coonery. Yeah.
Like for
Why do
example,
you
I
think that
like
is?
women from. No, but I don't know if it's. Oh, welcome back, Sister Melanated. SS. That's the issue I've got with coonery. If, for example, I told Melanated sister I don't find Somali women or women from Africa attractive, I do like women from the Caribbean and from America and from those of Afro Latina dark skin. That's why I find very attractive. But does that make me a coon if I like a woman of African ancestry, but I don't find my own women attractive? But am I gonna bash my own women? Am I gonna bash my own
Because
women?
it's like,
Of course not.
to me, it's like, okay, that's like, okay, do you think a Mexican, let's say a Mexican, is a Mexican a coon for being attracted to a Puerto Rican? No, right? Is a Mexican the same as a Puerto Rican? No, they probably even have different genetic makeups, right? Because there's probably more African ancestry into a Puerto Rican's background as to a Mexican's, right? But if a Mexican person who has a Hispanic background is attracted to a person who has a similar background, but maybe not the same, but they're just more attracted to like a Puerto Rican or a Dominican who has different like phenotype. I wouldn't say that they're a coon. So like being Somali and you're attracted to Afro Caribbean or continental African, West Africans or North Americans or whatever, I wouldn't say that it's just maybe because it's just something that's different, it's appealing to you, right? And it's almost the same thing as someone who's North American and they come across an Ethiopian or they come across a Somali person or they come across a Nigerian. They're like, oh my God, they're so different, right? They're so attracted to the fact that they're different that they want to be with them because they're so different. What's the difference? This is exactly the same thing. So I wouldn't call that being a coon. brother.
No,
I
I'm
don't,
talking
I
about
don't,
those who
I don't, I
when women like self-hating. Like, what I mean by queen, those who are self-hating, who bash their own women. Like you
no,
uplift.
not, if you were to say, you know what, Somali women are ugly and they're trash, and that's why I don't like them, then that would be more of a self-hate, because guess what? Isn't your mama a Somali woman? Isn't your sisters a Somali woman? Aren't your aunties a Somali women? Aren't your wasn't your grandma a Somali woman? So that's where the self-hate would come in. But listen, I was born in America, and I'm still more attracted to a foreign black person, a foreign melanated person, as opposed to a what they would call an American descendant of slavery, an ADOS person. It's just because of there are some cultural things that are similar, right? So even though I'm not from East Africa, there are probably things from West Africa that is more similar. I have culturally more similarities than I do even just being in America. Do you see what I'm saying? Or if I met someone who was from St. Vincent or St. Thomas or Guyana or Trinidad, I probably would have more in common with them than someone who was born in Alabama or Tennessee or Florida, even though I was born in this country. So cultural environment, it speaks a lot, and it's not nothing to minimize, brother. Mm-mm. You shouldn't minimize it. It makes perfect sense.
Right, does that make sense for you? Hello?
Yeah. Hello. Ha. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, but Mels, what do you think about certain people that are with the guy that he's talking about on YouTube? Men that actually belittle women from like women that they come from. Because I kind of see it prevalent in. I hate to say this
Wait,
in
what
the
you mean? What
America.
you mean that
I,
men that are with women? I don't understand. What you mean? What do you
Men that
mean?
hate
Men?
women that look like a lot of brothers in America, like especially
No,
with
that's
no,
bad.
I'm just saying with a lot of men, like especially when you see athletes and stuff like this. Because recently I saw like an African American footballer, and he was actually cheers to mixed race babies, and he got a lot of backlash from it. And I think that's what
So
Rad's talking about with the YouTuber as well.
so there was I okay, so just a
And
little bit of
I'm seeing it
disclosure.
prevalences, especially if you see in England the amount of brothers that are running away from women that actually look like them.
So let me give you a little bit of disclosure. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
I used to wear my hair in a big afro, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And one day my child get in trouble for making fun of a young lady who wore her hair in an afro. And he didn't say, "Oh, you wear your hair in an afro." He said it in a very derogatory way that, "Oh, your hair is nappy, or whatever." He called her hair nappy and bad or something like that. And I said, obviously when I heard of what he said, I was disturbed, and I chose to speak to my child. And I said, "Hey, listen, let me ask you a question. What's the difference between her hair and mine?" He he hesitated for a very long time, and he said, "Well, I mean, you do your hair every day. She doesn't." I said, "That's not what I asked you. Like, how do you know if she do it? Like, there's no way for you to tell if she does her hair. So, what is the difference between her hair and mine?" And he says, "Well, yours looks nice." I
Mm-hmm.
said, "Yeah." I said, "You know why mine looks nice? Because I'm your mom. And you need to apologize for what you said, because She has nappy hair, just like your mother has nappy hair. And the same way, when you are somehow you look at my hair and it looks good, you need to look at her and say it looks good. If nappy hair is good to you. You need to accept that. And he apologized to her. He really recognized that it, instead of it being that he didn't think that the hair looked nice, he recognized that that was a tool of offense.
Programming.
Like, if I wanted to insult you, I know society uses this as a way to insult you, so I'm going to use it as a way to insult you. It wasn't so much that he actually thought that nappy hair was bad. He didn't. It's that I know this can hurt your feelings. So I had to educate him that why would you use the same tool that the white man uses to hurt our feelings, to hurt her feelings? And then when I said it that way, he was like, "Oh, I don't want to be the white man to her." You know what I'm saying? Like, then he realized it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But
do you think this is indoctrination and programming in a lot of people's heads to think, yeah?
You know,
and do you think it's because of the way
do
that
you
eat?
want
Like,
to
even if
know
you
a sick joke that they have here in the States, Khalid? It's very
No.
sad.
Can't
But they
tell me.
have this joke where they talk about pretty much like if they are going to give a person give them not accountability, they're going to give them credibility. That's the word, right? So like, or props. You could say, "I'm gonna give you props," right? And then they would say, like, okay, I'm not gonna give you props, but let's say you felt that women who wore their hair was a particular way, then you would message the younger people and say, "This is acceptable," or "Get a wife that does her hair this way," or "This is a beautiful Black woman," or whatever, right? And then all of the people under you, all of them, they would take that on as this is acceptable. But think about, I don't know, 2001, 2002, 2003, the Afro was still kind of like, you got it or you don't, but I don't know if I accept the Afro. You know, the Afro wasn't really like big. So you had an Afro in 2003. It was more like, why isn't your hair straight? Are you trying to be some dominant woman? Are you a feminist? Are you you know, as opposed to you're just a person who doesn't want chemicals in their hair. Do you see what I'm saying? It's the way that you're viewed is different. So I think now we're in a very fortunate time. We're not in at a default. We're at a fortunate time where the men, one, are way more educated. We got brothers like Brother Reaper, you know what I'm saying, that understand stuff. So when a woman says she's not standing for me, he could say that doesn't mean she's a feminist, because he has that understanding. But some men don't. But he at least has that understanding. She's not a feminist just because she doesn't agree with X, Y, and Z. And see, because he has a voice, if women as myself and other sisters that were on the panel today, if we could just keep our mouth closed and let brothers like him speak, because his voice is the voice that needs to be heard, not ours. The voice that's going to change the opinions of men is not going to be ours. It's going to be voices like his. It's not gonna be. It's not gonna come from a woman. You see what I'm saying? He is more men like him and yourself that give platforms for this dialogue to occur, right? Where not on every Muslim channel, that's not even able to happen, right? So I give thanks to the source, to the Most High, to whatever you want to call it. I give thanks for you for being open and submissive and willing and allowing for conversations like this to happen, where growth can be the manifestation, right? Where understanding can be the manifestation. That you can come out and say, you know what, I didn't really agree with all of them people on the panel, but you know what, I praise God for this new understanding that I have. That's really what we're striving for. A new understanding, not to be stuck in the understanding that we already had. That don't make no sense. So, like, even in the areas that I'm wrong in, and this whole alpha male, female, blah, 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 you know, I don't even want to argue with the brothers about that. If we're wrong for using the term alpha female, listen, I yield to that. But I yield to that with some better understanding. But I can't yield to that with some fuckery. I promise you, that's not how Melanated Goddess is built. So if you're gonna come with some new understanding, it better be about some shit. It better be about some shit, or else I'm gonna tell you about it. That's just that. Hopefully that's not an offense to any other brothers. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't mean it to be an offense. I'm always trying to build. And whether you see me because I call myself a goddess, whatever, I'm not a Muslim. But whether you see me or not as your sister, I hope you know I see you as my brother and my sister. You know, African ancestry, and not African ancestry just because you were on the continent of Africa, but you are of Black ancestry. And for that, you are my brother and my sister. And I don't reject you at all. So I know that there are some people that want to call y'all Arab and all that other stuff. I'm not one of them. I'm not those people. Don't put me in that boat. That's not where I rest. You know, Melanated Goddess, I'm your sister. Point blank, period.
Definitely,
You know,
man.
that's
Come
it.
on, we would have you on the panels and modded up and all of that if you weren't no regular person. I was gonna ask you
That's
something, yeah.
What's up?
Recently we had a debate about, you know, some of the brothers and sisters in my community have left Islam, and I wanted your opinion. How do you think the rest of us should deal with them? Some of us deal with
You
them
know
in a
what?
positive light.
Okay, so let
Some
me
of us
tell
don't.
you
But
this.
the
I'm a
problem
person
is,
that I left Christianity, right?
no, but the problem is, yeah. I don't think it's the reason they're leaving. I think it's the Islamophobic rhetoric that some of them are coming with. I don't know, sister. I think that's what's
So
rubbing
listen to
someone
this,
up the wrong way.
right? When I was a Christian, right? So I left Christianity, and this week, 2021, April, I'm gonna say, what was that? Today's was the 11th. I'm gonna say it was probably like the 9th or the 8th. At my job, I don't want to give out too many details, but the type of work that I do, the client is able to decide what they want to do when you're seeing them, right? Let's just say that. And this client said they want to hear gospel music. And this client picked a particular gospel song. This song took me probably back to, I don't know, 2005, 2004, like 2008, like early 2000s, you know. And I listened to this gospel song. I'm not a follower of Jesus Christ. He's not my Lord and Savior. He's not the Messiah for me anymore. He wasn't crucified on a cross, and he died for my sins, and in 3 days he rose. And none of that is my belief system. But I was still able to connect to the song, and I was able to connect to the meaning that the song had for this individual person, this client. And I really and truly think that even with the people who were quote unquote believers, right? The people who were believers, I think that the fact that they were believers will impact the way that they deal with people who say that they are. For instance, a person who was a believer but is no longer a believer now may not follow Ramadan. But that doesn't mean that during the season of Ramadan, they're going to encourage you to do some fuckery because they at least understand the significance of Ramadan. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Like, because of their history, they know enough. They have enough. It's almost like it's only going to take you but so far. You're not going to say, oh, fuck Islam, fuck Allah, fuck this, fuck. They're not going to do that. They're not. They just going to say, you know what?
But one of them did though the other day.
Oh, they was
One of them, I think his sister got triggered.
Yeah, that must be some emotional, because for me that's weird. Like, out of I don't know, in the last 4 years, the amount of ex-Muslims that I've heard, and they've never said fuck Islam. I'm telling you, I can't tell you that that's a prominent statement that I've heard, even from what they would call ex-Muslims, like someone who is no longer a practicing Muslim. They would say, when they say, okay, well, what hadith? They say, oh, I don't follow the hadiths. I'm not a Muslim anymore. Like, they would reassert those positions, but they wouldn't be negative or derogatory towards it. So for me, I'm thinking, who was they trying to impress? What point was they trying to prove? Did they feel pressured in some kind of way? It's just not really making much sense, because if you're a Muslim who's not practicing, why do you even need to say F Islam to not practice? So then, if you don't need to say that, then why did you say it? See what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't add up why someone would say that. Like, I've never heard that before. Oh, F Islam, or F, I don't know.
Please. Yo, yeah. Yeah, Mos. For me, I don't know. I don't know whether it's people triggering people, because I try to have this conversation with both camps in it. Because my sort of premise is, look, religion's subjective in my eyes, and it's between you and your creator. Shouldn't and my teacher in my religion say religion is not compulsory. Do you get where I'm coming from? So I just thought to myself, try bring them through, and it went left. No, it went left. I don't think my community is ready for. I don't think both camps need to really sometimes realize, okay, there's people amongst our community that are like this. But I think some of the brothers and sisters are saying, well, yeah, just go ahead, do your thing. But when you come with the whole Islamophobic narrative, because we deal with it outside, we deal with it inside, you know where I'm coming from. And to see one of your own, it's a bit, I don't know. No, it's not even that, man. I just thought to myself, you know what, boom. Yeah, so for me, it is what it is. For me, everyone's got their own opportunity to do what they want to do. And I don't know, man, it's kind of crazy, man. It is kind of crazy, man. But this is the world that we live in. This is the world. So, Ramadan Kareem, the main thing is that they have Yeah, I hear that, man. We gotta make dua process Ramadan, everyone. Yeah, God bless everyone. Hope everyone's good with it. It's just that. Um, that. No, I'm gonna. That girl was disrespectful. You cannot curse someone's God and then I like a victim. Yeah, I know, sis. I know, sis.
So was they talking about me or was talking about somebody else? Talking about me?
No. It's the other sister that came on, the other Somali sister, about a couple 2 days ago. I had to take the stream down, innit, Mels? It got a bit
Really?
nasty in it. Yeah, man. Nah, it got nasty, sis. Because it's a
You
fun.
saying the
Because you know what it
Somali
is?
sister was disrespecting who's God?
Allah, innit? She come in here. I don't know. I think M-Stack triggered her, and then from there, it was just go do this, F you, F this, F and it was just crazy. Hearing that type of
Oh
rhetoric coming
my
from one of my
God.
own. So it is the type of world that we do live in. Yeah,
Wow.
coming from. So it is kind of sad.
And you know what, I was telling someone the other day, and I forgot who it was, but they heard what I was saying, and they would literally was like, "Melanated, we sorry," because I said, you know, so someone was being disrespectful, right, to
Mm-hmm.
else's belief system, and I said, you know, as a person who, I guess I intentionally, let me say this. It's not that I don't have a belief system, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I intentionally am very ambiguous and vague about what it is that I believe.
Mm-hmm.
It's always under attack what I believe, right?
Mm-hmm.
So because I don't hide that I'm from West Africa, so someone can say, "Oh yeah, you worship voodoo, da da da," or your ancestors or whatever, right? Because that's typical West African belief system. So it may not be my belief system, but it's still an attack on a West African spiritual system, right? So I could take it very personal. And when I was expressing it, a brother from East Africa said, to me, they apologized. They apologized for the way that their brothers and sisters dealt with me, and they said that that wasn't right.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, you know what? It's because of people like you that when I feel offended, I don't retaliate and just start spewing all kinds of craziness about your God, because it's very easy. And I'm going to tell you, it takes a lot of restraint. If you think a person who doesn't care or consider Allah at all, period, that it doesn't take restraint not to insult Allah, it does. Because
Mm-hmm.
it's not that it's significant to me, but it's out of my respect for you. It's out of my respect for the Muslim people that I believe that love and care and worship Allah. I don't want to insult Allah. I don't know Allah. I don't have a relationship with Allah. I don't have any interaction with Allah. That's not my thing. But
Mm-hmm.
because of the people that I've interacted with, that I can tell that love and worship Allah, my respect for them makes me respect
Mm-hmm.
Allah. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I hear you, sis.
So I won't take it there.
Mm-hmm.
I won't. No matter, they be like, "Oh yeah, so you pray to dead people, you pray to dead
Mm-hmm.
ancestors. Oh yeah, you got
Maybe
a
do you know what it is,
baboon."
Malay? You know, it's not all the brothers and sisters from the Muslim side, but some really need to. You know, when they're talking about other religions,
Mm-hmm.
they need
Yeah,
to come with this compassion and realize, look, if you start insulting people's religions or what they hold to dear, they're gonna just insult your thing.
But that's what I'm trying. Listen, I'm
And
telling
that's
you,
what a lot,
Brother
and I've seen that,
Khalid.
and I've seen
Like,
a lot of brothers do that. Like,
so,
oh, I'll put
like,
beliefs,
let's
and
say
then
somebody starts saying that to me, right?
mm,
When I want to be like, yo,
mm.
fuck your, as soon
But
as
they
I be
don't.
ready,
Yeah, wait.
ready to say it, in my mind, I think about Muslims like you, and I'm like, yo, that's so foul, yo. How am I talk about Khalid God like that? You see what I'm
Mm,
saying? Like, even though this person, whoever this person is literally pushing me to the limit where I'm just like, yeah, your God could do bleepity bleepity bleep,
mm,
and they could start blippity blop, and they could do dippity blop, and I want to just tell them off. And I'm just like, you know what? All right, sounds good. You feel good? You done? Are you finished? You know, I
mhm,
gotta kind of just take it. You see what I'm saying? Because they dishing it out about what I
mm,
believe or what I don't believe, or who I trust or who I don't trust, or who I pray to, who I don't pray to. Like, all, like, I had to just take it because I just have too much respect for, like, I don't want to take out this person's disrespect out on the people that I actually hold dear to me, right? So it puts you in a real effed up place to be in. So, like, the same way that people, like, I could be saying this today, April 11th,
mm.
2001, right? And April 12th, 2021, somebody's gonna hit you up and say, yo, Khalid, why you got that Kufar girl on your channel?
Mhm.
You see what I'm saying? And I'm like, how do I read this? Because I'm, part of me is like, well, fuck it. If I'm gonna be a Kufar, let me just fucking bang hard then. You know what I'm saying?
I hear that.
If I'm a, if
Someone
I'm gonna
said to me,
say all that I'm saying
Guled
today,
Tahir, some guy called Guled Tahir said, yeah, this conversation makes no sense. There's no benefit, Hadi. And you
exactly.
know what it is? Can I say something? I'm not a
Hmm.
masjid, bro. Bro, if you want to listen to certain things, you need to go to, like, this is what I don't understand about certain people on YouTube, innit? Yeah. And this goes
So
out to
I'm
my
gonna
brother
say
Guled,
all of
yeah?
this, right? I'm gonna say all of this. And you know what he's saying? He's
Yeah.
saying, why the fuck are you speaking to a non-believer? That's all he's
That's not even
saying.
that. It's not even that. My man, I don't know where if you
Nah.
know, but do you know what his
Khalid,
sister?
Khalid.
Let me
That's
explain something.
exactly what
For
he's
me,
saying.
for me,
He's
when
saying
I'm looking at
this
statement,
prophet,
you know, I'm looking at
he's
this
saying
statement
this
here, yeah?
prophet you're so nothing. He's saying this prophet you're so nothing. This prophet your community nothing, because me, I am a nothing. I
No.
profit your community nothing. But the reality is, brother, whatever your name is, all of y'all motherfuckers, they want us women, right? So if you want us women to be of like mind and have some kind of decency, you might want to deal with us.
Yeah.
For real, on a real, right? Because we might be your cousins, but we might end up being your wives and your husbands. Real
Yeah.
talk. Real talk. So stop creating division where they need not be division. That's all
Yeah,
that's my only advice to you. And peace
my
to
brother, one
Salam.
thing is, yeah, one thing to my brother Guled, this ain't a mosque, bro. Like, if you want to listen to anything that's got Ramadan and all of that, you should just go check on to any Da'wah channel. There's 100 things, there's millions, there's 2 million channels out there, because we're having a conversation that was a bit different. But on that note, I gotta wake up early in the morning, gotta wake up 6, 7, get to work. It's been lovely chatting to y'all. Probably catch you guys. And it's Ramadan, Ramadan Mubarak, Ramadan Kareem. Hope everyone has a blessed Ramadan.
You know
Forgiveness.
what? Can
Mm-hmm.
I say something, brother Khalid? I
Yeah,
was
go ahead.
talking to a Black American brother, and he was trying to, okay, when does Ramadan start? Because he was trying to argue with me, and I thought Ramadan started for y'all on the 11th. So I told
No,
him
it's on the 12th.
that,
No, I think it's on the 13th.
oh,
No,
I was
it's on the
looking
13th.
crazy. He was looking at me like I was crazy because I was like, no, no. Ramadan started for the UK Muslims on the 11th, and they
No,
have
I
been
think
celebrating. Like, and he was
it's on the
like,
13th. It's on the 13th.
Okay, I'm sorry. Yo, let's tell you, I'm over here banging for community that ain't even mine. I swear to goodness,
That's
I thought
what I'm
Ramadan
saying.
been. I thought it started 2 days ago, right? So I was
Yeah.
telling him he was
Yeah.
wrong. I was like, your
No, there's
calendar.
guys like this here. You see, they do something called anti-da'wah. Like anti, because we could be talking about something. Maybe sister might take something on board about Ramadan, and but this guy's like, oh, we should. But it is what it is. But Mills, on that note, man, I gotta run, sis. You know, love ya.
Yeah.
I hate to leave y'all guys, but I have to get up early in the morning
Good.
tomorrow, man. And you know, it's Monday morning. Monday's one of the worst days
It's
for me.
already what 12 o'clock at night for you, almost 1 o'clock in the morning.
Quarter to
So
one,
listen,
but yeah.
everybody that's listening, bless up to you. Have a good night's sleep. Have a good. I pray that nothing that was said is a disturbance to the soul, and that you can meditate on it. And if it's something that you can grow from, if it's something that you can learn from, that you learn from it. And if it's something that you can educate someone else, I pray that the next time that we see each other, that you can bring education. That's it. I'm not no malice. No malice. That's it. No malice. Bless up to you, brother Khalid. All right.
Bless up, sister. Definitely. Everyone else, I just wanted to wish everyone a Ramadan Mubarak. You get me? If anyone's pissed off with me personally, or if I've done anything to piss off anyone, for the sake of Allah, please forgive me. Any other brothers and sisters, you might not even be Muslim as well. If anything's been said, please forgive me as well. Time is short. It's not always good to hold grudges with people. So, that's why I say I hope this Ramadan could be beneficial to the whole, everyone, Muslims and non-Muslims alike. And again, anything that got said on the chat, on the platform, please don't take it disrespectfully. Do you get where I'm coming from? I just want to, I got a message today sent. Actually, yeah, you know what? I think it's better if I just leave that on private. Keep that private affair with myself, and I'll speak to the person myself. So again, guys, Ramadan Mubarak. I hope everyone's family is well. Hope to catch you guys soon. And assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, guys. Peace.